Hey, welcome to Megabonk. I go by Manta, and we're going to be playing with the Bush today. So the Bush utilizes the sniper weapon as the default, and we'll also use the Katana, the Dexecutioner, and the Aegis. For the tomes, we'll use Chaos Tome, XP Tome, the Quantity Tome, and the Size Tome. You can change out the Chaos Tome for others like the Curse Tome. Here's the items. If you want to kind of copy them for what I'm going for in my run. They don't really have to be specific to it, to what I have, but it's just what I have. There's not really particularly too many reasons for every item. But with the Bush here, you get a 0.5% crit damage increase on every single level up, so it is important to get that crit chance up, which is pretty nice. With the Size Tome, pretty much every weapon utilizes size, so that is why we chose that one specifically. Okay, so I'm trying to fill out pretty much all the weapons here and the tomes as soon as we can. We would like Aegis second. Here we got gold again, and we'll grab all the difficulty adjustments that we can throughout the map, so the boss curse shrines and the difficulties. Also collect every single jar that you're able to see. Those are super essential for getting a lot of gold and XP, especially very early on. And the quicker you get that, the more levels you get, the more enemies you're able to eliminate. So we got projectile count here, which is nice to get before getting the Quantity Tome. Extra jumps are also really important, so try to get at least 1 or 2. Here we got the Quantity Tome. Try to get 1 or 2 before the swarms come. You got 15% chance increased gold from that glove back there. Double difficulty shrine increases, or difficulty, yeah, I think those are considered shrines. We got a gold shrine here. Attack speed is really good, so we'll go with that. Okay, we got a key as well. Those keys are really nice, especially if we found a microwave. Get like 10 of them. HP regen and size are both really good here. But we'll go with movement speed, because the earlier on you can get that, the more shrines you're pretty much able to clear, and the more comfortably you'll be able to get around the map. So an 8% increase, 8% additional map searching pretty much. We got the Aegis there. It's really nice. I like that, getting that as a second in case we're not doing enough damage for the final boss. The second, what's the word I'm looking for? Chaos Tome here, nice. So we're just trying to fill those out, so we didn't take that red sniper increase, and it didn't have a quantity increases on there, so not too worried about that. But getting the Aegis as the second weapon is nice for the second, what would you call that? Not the tier, but the phase of the boss fight, because it'll give you your second weapon back, and that'll increase your chances of survival. Okay, I got these thunder mitts. I think that forms kind of XP Tome. There we go. Forms kind of like a circle that pushes enemies away, which is great for the swarm. So we'd like another weapon, particularly for the swarms. It'll help us survive that much more. And we're not really waiting on buying these chests until later, so we got HP regen here. There's not really a reason to wait since we don't have the luck tome. Typically I'll wait to have a certain amount of luck, which will result in me opening the chest in later stages. But the sooner you get more items, the more benefits you get from that, obviously. More XP, more gold, additional things, just over time, that'll increase and help you throughout the run. Okay, Okay, we got size for that Chaos Tome upgrade there, and Katana here. Right, so size or Chaos Tome there, doesn't really matter. Dexecutioner. So we got all our weapons and all our tomes filled out here. And now pretty much just going to be mainly focusing on quantity. Weapon upgrades I'll leave off until we hopefully will get the anvil. The anvil will increase the amount of stat upgrades per level up of every single weapon. So I'll pretty much just be focusing mainly on upgrading the tomes. Grandma's Secret Tonic is really good, but also the increased luck from the credit cards. It's also really good. So with that card there, since we're going to be opening quite a few chests and we've already started opening them up, so getting that sooner than later is better. We also have some items for the regen, so it's nothing too much that I'm worried about. And we got a third jump there. XP gain additional, but also projectile count is fairly good, especially for this final swarm coming up. The more we can increase that, the better. Taking luck from the shrines is also not a bad idea. Grab this XP here for this final swarm and refresh that. Got quantity. Just want as much quantity as possible here, pretty much. Evasion increased by 15%. It's always nice. Okay, we're doing fairly good for this swarm. Difficulty increase, always welcome those. It just results in more eliminations over time. We got triple jump already, so I didn't take that jump there. Don't really need any more jump for now. I'm sure with that Chaos Tome we'll eventually get even more jumps. Typically the Chaos Tomes are like doubled upgrades from the shrines. Nice, the Soul Harvester. That's actually a really good drop. Okay, so every elimination will pretty much spawn 2 of these homing souls, and they'll do quite a bit of damage to eliminate enemies. So you can see we're actually taking these bosses out fairly quick, and it does benefit us to actually get every single one of those boss curse shrines because of all these chests that we get. So we just got 5 chests in total with that card that we have. That's 10% total increase in luck, which just results in better lucky items, so more regen and lifesteal with that dagger, which is really nice. So we will have to fight 5 of the total bosses, maybe even 6 now with this curse shrine. So just want to collect everything around the map and open as many of these chests as we can just to help us with that. So 33% increased damage with that scarf that we got whenever we're jumping. Max HP will also help us out. We would like some additional shield. We do have Aegis. Nice free chest here. Moldy cheese. That's great for increasing damage over time. Max HP and projectile counts are both good here. Excuse me, I'm mainly focusing on increasing our damage. So Aegis projectile counts I typically don't focus on. For me, an Aegis is like hitting the skip button, pretty much. Okay, so we do have to start moving towards the boss. We are able to take out the enemies fairly quickly now. We got another boss curse shrine. So we will be getting quite a few chests, so I really want to increase our damage as much as possible. There's another one. It's kind of insane at this point. You usually get 15 total shrines throughout the entire map. What is that? Almost half of them are the boss curse shrines, so it's kind of crazy. Okay, difficulty increase. We welcome those. Crit damage 10% increase is good. Damage increase. Perfect. So we'll take anything we can get pretty much at this point to help us with these boss rounds. Crit chance. Crit chance is very welcome with this character. We want that as much as possible since every level up is crit damage increase. And we did get a gold quantity increase there from 4 to 6 total quantities, so it's really good. I would prefer this to get up to at least 10 before this final boss fight. We do have the swarm coming up, so we are waiting a little bit, and we do have a nuke drop here, so we will grab this fairly soon, but we do have the homing souls, which are really good to have, especially during swarms. Quantity 7 now. Have a good amount of gold to grab maybe another chest, and then we should probably start the final boss fight. We do have the enemy swarm coming soon. Not the enemy swarm, the enemy boss is coming at the 2-minute marker. We'll grab this chest here. Invasion. Not anything for damage, but I guess that's not a bad one to get. Okay, crit chance increase is really nice. Yeah, we're close to getting a chest. We're moving towards these boss areas. Typically you want to kill the swarms and other enemies before the boss portal, near the boss portal, so that when they do drop like power-ups, you're able to use that during the boss fight. And we're not getting too many enemies spawning, so these homing souls aren't helping too much, but we did get a damage increase boost. Sorry, I'm still getting over this long cold. It's kind of just, it's a lot of mucus. I don't know, maybe if it's like allergies kind of adding up into it, but sorry about my voice. It has been slowly coming back, so yeah, doing fairly good. Still got a minute. Would like to kind of get a power up. There's a speed up power up, the rage power up down there. Will definitely help out. 100 minutes from the chest, and this rage power up is really helping. We got a magnet as well. XP gain is good since we're going to be pulling in with another magnet right at the end, and we have a magnet currently going, so all that XP pulling in will benefit us more. Now we're pretty much going with the highest tier of things. Also kind of prioritizing damage, but XP is also not too bad to get. Got projectile speed, attack speed. Yeah, you can see we pretty much still have level 1 on everything except for all the original quantity increase that we took. Nice luck increase for every chest open, and we're about to have a whole bunch of chests, so that's really good. Another luck increase. Scarf is good, that's our second scarf. But yeah, our weapons are still really low. We're kind of strategically keeping that down because we have a lot of chests coming, and I'm really hoping to get the anvil. Anvil would be super beneficial for this build. For every build. Not just this one, but difficulty increases, I'll welcome for sure. Feathers are okay. They'll launch you into the sky pretty much if you get hit by enemies though. It's kind of the only downside, especially if you're just hugging the portal. Damage increase by 2.5% for every chest open. Which is really nice because we're about to have a whole bunch of chests. 6 total chests, 7 maybe. We are in the final swarm, but the enemies, or the bosses are quite low. We did just increase our damage there with that Chaos Tome. We need to grab as many of these chests as we can, just in case we get kind of a little too far into this final swarm. So the timing worked out here really well. Super fortunate to have gotten that rage power up. You can see how many chests we're actually getting. Okay, golden shield. Additional gold, evasion. Difficulty. Moldy cheese, nothing. They're all greens pretty much. XP gain, that one's good. Okay, damage increase, nice. That ring is great. Can't afford any more chests, but we'll grab all the vases in the area that we can get just for additional gold and XP. We'll hug this corner so that we don't get launched. Pretty much try to last as long as possible, just to harvest as much gold as we can. Collect all the XP around the area. Okay, we're pretty much at that minute marker. Doing a good amount of damage. Level 46 is okay for the final area. I'd like to stay here as long as possible, but these enemies, or the final swarm ghosts, are actually starting to approach us fairly close, so we do have to increase our quantity and damage. Getting a good amount of gold. More quantity increases. Nice. Now we pretty much just want to stay here as long as possible to get as many chests as we can. Gotta pretty much hope for another chest drop. We're getting pushed around, but if we do hug this portal from this side, there's a chance that chests will pretty much spawn on this portal here. Okay, we had to take that because we were getting pushed around way too much, so that can get really dangerous, especially if we do have the feathers, because that boss will pretty much just, not the boss, the ghost will pretty much launch you into the sky super easily. So you do have to be very careful. We got a gold microwave there, but I'm not really kind of willing to sacrifice any of the gold items. Nice, the bloody cleaver. It's kind of perfect timing for calling a gold item. Echo shards are really good. Additional XP is always welcome with this build. We want pretty much to grab as much stuff on this map as we can. So all the bases, all the difficulty increases, just anything and everything that we can get. Movement speed is a little bit late, but we will take that. We do have a good amount of damage to kind of survive and do well, and we do have a lot of HP regen to begin with, so just grab all these bases along the way. This is why movement speed is really good. Zawardo is really good. That's a free revive, so we're going to be able to kind of risk staying in this stage as long as possible. It's a really good one to get to kind of ensure that you have everything around the map. Okay, so max HP there in the purple is good. I would have gladly taken the additional jumps, but got a really good HP upgrade there, so 265 total HP. It's fairly good. Okay, another card is actually really nice, but we got 3k for every single chest. So we're gonna have to find a way to kind of get a little bit more gold, but since we are gonna have quite a few bosses spawn still, it is beneficial to grab those cards. XP gain is good. Movement speed is not a bad one to get as well. We did get that key there. And Chaos Tome give us attack speed, which is really nice. Projectile speed is good, especially in gold. For the final swarm, those enemies will move quite quickly, and projectile speed will help out, but I typically wouldn't even go for that. But since the rarity was so good compared to everything else, I figured we might as well. I'm not going to focus on these bosses too much. They're going to get kind of eliminated passively. We could just go around collecting jars and different shrines around the maps. While we do eliminate those. You do get so much gold from, and XP too, from these jars that it really is beneficial to grab those. A couple of those bases. Another card. It's really good to get. It's kind of why it's nice to open all the chests early on. So we eliminated 2 of the enemies. Grab this first chest down here. And it's really nice to have 3 or 4 jumps by now, so that you're able to pretty much jump up onto these separate areas. Okay, so we do have another chest down here that we need to grab. The wrench is good. I would have liked that a little bit earlier on. I guess we did have one already, but another one is always welcome. Would have taken just standard luck over that though. Mirror's okay. It's our first mirror, so definitely welcome that to reflect damage at enemies. More damage increases. See another card. Nice. That's why it's really nice to take all those boss curse shrines, especially if you get lucky and you get a bunch of those. It definitely will help you out, especially if you're getting good items from chests that you're opening up. And additional projectile count in the blue for the 1.4 increase is really nice. Joe's dagger, wow. Okay, so the reason that we do take the Dexecutioner is for the Joe's dagger item, and the sooner you can get that, kind of the better off you are, because it does have a limit to how much you can increase your damage per tier. So on every single execution, with the Joe's dagger, you do get executions randomly given, which is why it works so well with the Joe's dagger. But every single tier, there's a cap on a damage increase, and every single execution that you do get with the Joe's dagger, you get a damage increase, or there's a chance to get a damage increase. Damage increase as well, 19%, so swarms are really good for using the Dexecutioner. But currently, pretty much all our weapons are taking care of all the enemies before the Executioner can even do anything, so we're not really able to utilize it too well. We kind of need to increase the size and get like a big swarm around us. So the swarm wave will definitely help out, and most likely the final swarm of all the ghosts will be able to utilize that super well to increase our damage. In here, looks like we got like a magnet or something, some sort of XP thing that's just giving us so much XP. Getting a whole bunch of levels here, so we're getting pretty much everything at the highest rarity. Got duration from the Chaos Tome there, 24%. That's actually pretty useless. Duration maybe with the homing souls, but I don't know what else that would do. We got the golden ice cube, which gives you, I think, 20% chance to freeze enemies, which is kind of nice. But I don't think it's too super necessary. The genie lamp specifically would be better, and the anvil, so we could start upgrading our weapons. Another credit card. Nice. So what is that? Our 5th credit card. So that's I think what is that? 10% chance or luck increase every single time we open up a chest, which is really good. I would like more keys. at this point because our chests are costing quite a bit, and getting as many of those keys as possible before we open up more chests would be actually really beneficial to us. Another's a Wardo. Do have one already, but that's just gonna, I guess it's gonna help last pretty much longer in this wave and the next wave. Grandma's Secret Tonic is really good. We get our crit chances up as much as possible. We'll pretty much be able to cause quite a few explosions. See, so we'll just go with crit chance is actually really good. So is XP gain, but we'll just go with the max health here. 300% for the final boss. It's kind of beneficial to get your health to at least like 400, 450, and getting a whole bunch of regen. Armor is really good, but so is damage. But since the armor is red, we'll take that. That pretty much decreases the amount of damage taken. So we'll help with the final boss as well. Additional jumps and lifesteal. We'll take the lifesteal. Spicy meatball, nice. That's why it helps to increase luck as much as possible. And if you open pretty much things as early on as you can, better it will be for you. This kind of area we want to stay as close to the ground as possible, just so the Dexecutioner increases our damage. Okay, so those are all weapon upgrades. Unfortunately, we'll have to take one of those. Okay, now we take highest rarity on the tomes. Unless there's specifically for your build, unless there's something that you really need to focus on, like more damage or getting additional levels or whatever. You kind of need more size. I mean, it's really up to you. For this build, you could also trade out any of the weapons, like the Katana or Dexecutioner, if you don't want to hope to get the Dexecutioner, or the Joe's Dagger, I mean. Sorry if you heard that, my stomach's kind of just growling. Okay, credit card. Might want to take the difficulty increase as well. Our chests do cost 6.5k, so it's kind of expensive, but we did take that credit card. Okay, so we didn't get a lot of those boss difficulty curse runs. So we only got 3 of the final bosses and 3 of the boss wave bosses, which is okay. Here I'm just going around collecting as much stuff as possible because, excuse me, if you eliminate the bosses too early, it just sets the timer down to 10 seconds. So going around collecting everything around the map will benefit you, because you also get a magnet as soon as you eliminate those final bosses, and the more enemies you're able to eliminate as soon as you can, the more chances, or the more XP you'll grab, and then the more chances of getting different kind of chest drops from those enemies. So we kind of need to back off on the final boss here. We only have 1 of them. Just go around, collect as much stuff as we can. So the next tier is going to be the final one. And we want to grab pretty much as many chests as we can here. So build up as much gold and as much XP, as many eliminations, just to get more items. The more items we have, the more powerful the build is overall. So okay, more weapon upgrades. I'm not too happy about. We haven't really received any sort of golds yet that we need, like the anvil. specifically for the weapon upgrades. Okay, we got about 20 seconds left, so we might just start focusing on the final boss here. Another free chest here. That's why you always want to utilize your time as efficiently as possible, because with that chest we get pretty much 5% increase in damage. We got 6 of the cards, so 12% increase in luck. Another chest here, so even more. That's our first thorny shield. Those are fairly good. Increases in armor and thorns. They're nice. Now that magnet hit, which is why we wanted to eliminate as many enemies as possible before getting that final boss, so able to increase our levels as much as we can here before that final swarm, just so we're able to last a little bit longer. Maybe grab another chest or two. Okay, we did activate that bush. T is actually super easy for us to take care of. Typically the bush will have about as much health as the final boss in the next tier will. And you can see how quickly we were able to eliminate that, so our damage is quite overpowered right now. And that resulted in a free chest, which is more damage and more luck, so it's always nice to get even more luck with that chest. So luck tome was not necessary for this build, at least with all the items that we're getting. We are getting free chests because of the 3 keys, but I would like to have more of those keys, pretty much, because our chests are starting to get to that 10k mark, which is really expensive. Try to survive as long as possible here, so I'm just hugging a corner to grab as much XP as possible. These homing souls are kind of spreading all the XP around, so let's just go around, collect as many of these jars. The more jars we're able to get, the more gold. Jars do give quite a bit, not 1,000 or more gold each, and the XP is pretty much half of a level. Okay, we're getting close to unlocking this chest here. That 2-minute mark is gonna be the test, because at that time there's a lot more elites, and every 30-second increments from that is kind of a change in feel of the swarms and enemies. So they'll be like quicker, and then there'll be more damage, and then more of the elites, etc. Okay, let's see what this chest, so even more luck increase, we'll welcome that for the increased luck on the level ups. The higher the level up luck, or the higher the luck, the better chance that you have of finding like epic and higher tier level up upgrades. Okay, another free chest. Nice, another soul harvester. Those are welcome. So now I think that's 4 homing souls every single elimination. These homing souls are nice to have, but they're really slow. So the more of them we can have in kind of an area, the more of them kind of field around us that they create, or just different projectiles, which will definitely help getting eliminations. Silver gain is terrible to get. I have a whole bunch of silver that there's nothing to spend on, so it's pretty much the last thing you want to see. Okay, so we are taking some weapon upgrades now. Since our luck has increased, our tiers are improving quite a bit. We do have a few refreshes, but typically the Aegis for me is kind of like a skip. So if I do see, we got Side of Lifesteal, Elite Spawn Increase, and Thorns from the different Chaos Tomes that we got there. But the Aegis increases with the Quantity Tome and the Size Tome, pretty much that's two of the upgrades from the Aegis, and you really don't need much from that. It doesn't do crazy amounts of damage. It's just more from protecting you from getting hit. But level ups are always welcome. You can see with the Dexecutioner, now the size is getting to a good point to where we're actually able to utilize it for the Joe's Dagger. And the longer we're able to stay here, the more we'll be able to maximize our damage. Another free chest, nice. Evasion with that Chaos Tome upgrade. Increased difficulty, that's really nice since we're not using the Curse Tome. Okay, and we're actually getting quite unlucky with getting this anvil. So we are having to start taking a lot more weapon upgrades, especially ones that increase crit chance and crit damage. So Katana specifically, if there's crit chance and crit damage increases, I'll definitely take that. We do have the Grandma Secret Tonic, which makes crits explode, and with this character, every level up does crit damage increases, so crits just pretty much become that much more efficient. With the weapons now though, I'll only focus mainly on red increases. Okay, we got difficulty increase with that Chaos Tome upgrade. Gold gain, Thorns, projectile count, and projectile count, so almost 6 projectile count increase there from just 2 of the Chaos Tome upgrades, which is really good. Now we're trying to stay in the air to do a little bit more damage, just going around the map, making sure there's nothing that we missed. Just need to pretty much grab as much as we can around the map. Confident we'll be able to stay here until around 6 minutes. We've got quite a few jumps. We're doing quite a bit of damage to the point where we're able to move around freely. And we will continue receiving level ups, so even more damage. Which is super useful. And if you don't know, at the 6-minute mark, obviously those new purple ghosts will spawn. And with those purple ghosts, it really is a lot more difficult to survive, so we're definitely going to have to hug the portal for those. And hope for maybe another chest drop off of those, and then once we do start taking damage, we'll definitely teleport out of there. So we're at level 202, 2 crit chance increases and the luck increase from the 3 curse tomes there. Attack speed 15%. Another chest purchase for a blue. Taking damage gives us gold. Wrench, I'm not too happy with that one. Would have preferred luck because we only have one more tier of shrines to go. Let's go, the overpowered lamp. I think that's what it's called. But it gives you pretty much one more chance for your items to use their abilities. So say we use the spicy meatball explosion, it gives you pretty much double the chance of enemies to explode. And like say Grandma Secret Tonic has a 50% chance to cause crit chances to explode. Now I think that'll be 100% chance to explode, so the more of those lamps that we get, the better, and I think double the chance for the Joe's Dagger to actually increase our damage. There's a cap to how much that can actually do per tiers, but pretty much makes us increase our damage even more, so we're at 15.2x damage right now. 13.7, I mean. 15.4. Kind of interesting. Kind of changes up and down, so we're at 14.0 right now. It's likely from the ring, so the more damage that we do or something, or the more health that we have, the more damage we're able to do. Not too sure how that works, but it's a crit chance increase, a crit damage increase with that Chaos Tome there. Our chests are starting to cost quite a bit, and we are going to have to start moving towards this final portal because of these purple ghosts. They are likely going to give us some issue. Okay. Not too worried yet because our Aegis has like 80 projectiles on it. But yeah, hugging the portal here is probably the best choice. Honestly, having this movable pillar behind us is kind of beneficial because it's prevent us from getting sent flying back too far. Okay, doing quite well here. Almost 25k elims, level 220. Would like to get to 300, and we got a chest there. I'm gonna go for it. Still doing fairly well. They're only getting really close to us because of that pillar, but just getting as many of these chests as possible. It's the best option, so okay. Hopefully we're actually able to grab that. There we go. Purple scarf, so jumping increased damage. We got 4 scarves now, so 33 times 4%. Getting hit quite a bit. This is not too good. Need to stay by this portal. Need to get as much gold as possible too and utilize this Joe's Dagger to its maximum percentage there. 228. Okay, we teleported there because we are getting hit quite a bit. Don't want to risk it too much. Okay, you can see how big the sizes are now. Got the crit chance increase, so we're at 73%, so 83% now. Wrenches you want to get really early on, especially tier 1 would be really nice. Duration doesn't matter for this build, size is really good. Larger the size right now, specifically for the Katana. HP regen is great for the final boss, but attack speed is also really good. It depends on what our HP regen is right now. So we're at 235, so we'll just go with the attack speed. Save the magnet for later. Nice, we got a microwave, so we'll microwave the keys. Actually, they're a little too expensive. Doesn't really make too much sense, especially since our chest cost almost 15k. So I think we'll just hold off on that. Power up drop chance is okay. Giant fork, nice. Some more gold items. Spicy meatball again. That's our 3rd one. Luck increase again, so just opening that chest and getting that item. What would that be? So we got 6 of the cards, so 2% each for the cards, so 12. Plus that's what was it, 6.5, 7.5% increase in luck. So we got almost 20% there. just for that single chest, which is really good. Damage to elites, we'll take that. Evasion is okay. Pickup range though, we don't have any increases in pickup range. And we don't have the magnet gold item yet. We're gonna wait on that chest just to go around kind of in a circle to go back and grab that, to continue going in the red direction. 23% increase in damage. Stone golems, pretty much almost one hit them. 2 free chests, we'll grab these in case there's like a wrench or something. Even more luck, always welcome that. Crit chance increase, that's always welcome. Another credit card, 11,000 though. Not sure if that's too worth it, but that's kind of the only thing we can afford right now. May just go with that, especially since we're gonna have more of the bosses spawn, but the difficulty increase would probably be a little bit better. I just increased the count of enemies. Okay, we're getting a whole bunch of XP here. Assuming we got like a magnet or something. Or a big XP drop. Kind of unfortunate there's no anvil yet, but we do get it later on and we have some of these levels saved up. Then we'll be able to kind of get higher tier level ups. Let's see what we got here. Gold anvil, let's go. Perfect, so now we can actually focus on leveling up our weapons. Try to take the highest rarity now, or whatever we get. Doesn't really matter, but I will take green. Aegis as kind of like a skip. Gold gain and luck are great, but luck is purple, so we'll just choose that luck upgrade. Chonk plate, nice. That I think gives us lifesteal, and we can heal up 75% more health now. Above our max health, I mean. Excuse me. Damage to elites there. It's okay since we have some shield already. So now the sucky magnet will pretty much be the most beneficial. And then the lamps after that, and another Joe's dagger maybe. Those would be all good. Maybe chonk plates for surviving the final swarm. So really kind of late area, or late time. I would just pretty much take everything in highest rarity for the level ups here. We'll take the attack speed. Lifesteal is best here, just because we do have the chunk plate now. More lifesteal we're able to achieve, the higher we can actually get our health. Okay, another scarf. That's 5 scarves, so being in the air. We have like an insane amount of jumps, especially from those chaos tomes. Just give you like 2 jumps for the higher level ups, which is like super crazy good. So we spotted this chest here. Another scarf. Okay, let's make sure we grab every single thing here. We'll definitely be able to survive probably way past 6 minutes at this point of the final swarm, so I'm pretty confident we'll be able to hit pretty much every single thing on the map here. With like more gold increases, and the elite spawn increase there specifically is more for increased chances of getting chest drops. So the more elites that we do have, the more chests that we'll get over time. The more items and more, hopefully, gold items at this point. Damage to elites is nice. Even for the final swarm, difficulty increase there is good. Final swarm is coming. So now I'm pretty sure we got everything around the map, so we're just gonna go around and collect. Oh no, we still have stuff. It's not the final swarm. Just kind of saw the final swarm message and didn't even check the time. You can see our Katana is actually getting quite big. All green there is really bad. It's not a good level up. Honestly, skipping that would have probably been a little bit better. Just because we are leveling up quite quickly. Skipping would be good because levels for the weapons max out at 40. Tomes, they max out at 99, so nothing too good going around. Now we're just going with the highest tier that we're able to get of anything and everything. And then Aegis is kind of like a skip, so if there's no reds, then we'll just choose the Aegis. Whole bunch of levels here. Now leveling up the weapons will just bring their base damage up quite a bit and their crit damage as well, which is super good for this because our damage increase, we have like a percentile damage increase, and if we get the base damage up, it just is increased by that much more. So getting that anvil is really nice. And we did start actually upgrading our weapons before that, which isn't too good, but if we did get that anvil earlier on, it would have been a lot better. Oh, we did get so many levels there. Crits, damage, luck, HP regen, XP gain. All for that cursed tome there. Okay, even more levels. Evasion, attack speed, shield, power up, drop chance, HP regen, and damage to elites. Those are all just the curse shrines that we got. Difficulty increases. Definitely grab every single one of those around the map. Continue pretty much grabbing everything else. Grab this magnet. Why not? Another difficulty increase. It's okay. Okay, we got these chunkum spawns. Bunch of these levels from the magnet. Still coming in. Got up to 308 now. 309. Chunkums pretty much disappeared as soon as they came in. Another mirror. Reflects damage back. That might be good for final swarm if really big elites come, or damage increase 20%. You can pretty much fly at this point with how many jumps we have. It's like 9 or 10 jumps, I think, which is kind of crazy, and that works out super well with the 6 scarves that we have. Now let's just go around the map collecting pretty much every single jar, just so that we can purchase more chests around the map. And it's pretty much free levels. Saw that microwave there, but don't need that. Another magnet. Projectile speed from that chaos tome. Got another magnet. Okay, so now we're pretty much just gonna go around the map. It's kind of even getting hard to see these vases, but you just gotta utilize the mini-map. Go around and get to that area. Mash the button around the jar area and grab the jars. Okay, we're almost able to buy another chest. Grab this jar up here. That jar gave us like what, 3k? 2k worth of gold. It was like the bigger one though. Another lamp, that's so good. It's a double chance to proc on hit. Another magnet. Crit damage 48% increase with that Chaos Tome upgrade. That's really good. Our crit chance is at 100% with that Katana, and I believe with the Dexecutioner as well. And our base stat for crit chances over 100. I want to say, just based on the items that we've been receiving. Got this gold power up drop, the stonks, money time drop. We're not getting too many eliminations here, not too many enemies spawning, which isn't too good. 15% gold increase, that's actually really good right now, just so that we're able to clear as many of these chests as possible. Any difficulty increases now would be more than welcome. Okay, now we got the final swarm incoming. Just gonna continue going around, grabbing all the jars, just to try to increase our gold as much as we can. Couple more difficulty increases that we missed. Okay, now we're just going to continue getting all the highest tier levels. Our luck is fairly good to the point where we're able to get red upgrades pretty much every single time. We got a free chest, we're going to grab this difficulty before we go on and get that. %20 damage increase. It's okay. Would have wanted the sucky magnet a little bit more, but honestly our levels are starting to get fairly high. Sucky magnet earlier on would have been a little bit better. Now another lamp and another Dexecutioner could be super beneficial. So if we have 2 Dexecutioners, it's pretty much double the damage increase per floor that we're able to get. Okay, that Aegis upgrade is kind of like a skip. Now we will take red Aegis upgrades if nothing else is red as well. And the more chests we have, get another spicy meatball. That's 4 spicy meatballs. At this point you can typically utilize banishing to banish things that are gold that you don't necessarily want. So we do want the Zawardo, but say we got the spicy meatball and we have 3 of them already. We can banish it, which will pretty much not give you an additional one, but every single time you get another gold item from the chest, it's just more likely that you're going to get something that you do want. And that Joe's dagger, like I was saying before, if you do have more than one, it increases the cap per level or per tier that you're able to get for the damage. So there's like I think 200% damage cap on every single floor or something like that for the Joe's dagger, which is good, but it's nothing crazy. But it is quite useful for that, and if you can get more of them, I mean, why not? Especially if there's like more tiers left. If you get it on the final boss wave tier, it's definitely not going to be as effective as if you had it for the tier before that and the tier before that as well. Okay, we got quite a few levels to go through here, so you can see pretty much every single level up has a gold. Our luck is at 821% now, so our chances of getting reds are pretty much consistent to every single level. It's very unlikely that we'll see green. Even the uncommon blues are kind of hard to find. They do come up here and there, but it's just much more likely that we're gonna... Okay, now we're just getting greens here. Take the Aegis upgrade in the green. It's okay. Crit damage, projectile speed, size, lifesteal. Those Chaos Tome upgrades. Okay, our chests are starting to cost 34k. Extremely expensive. We're just gonna keep going around trying to get these lamps. We are approaching almost max with the Katana, which is level 40. Projectile count 3.6 from that Chaos Tome. It's good. Another Chaos Tome, armor 24%. Okay, another chest, damage 10% increase. Free chest here, nice. Big bonk, that's our first one. It's really good to get, since we got pretty much 100% crit chance for everything. Pretty much a crit chance every single hit now, so chance to bonk. I don't know if that actually requires having a crit chance or not, now that I think about it. I was thinking of the spaghetti fork, which causes the mega crits, which is really good. Okay, so now we're pretty much missing is the sucky magnet. Nice difficulty increase here. A little bit late, but it's nice to get. Definitely want to make sure we got all of those. I'm not sure how I missed this corner, but still have an NPC to buy stuff from, so I think we'll go with the difficulty increase. We are approaching around 50k kills. Another chest, nice. And we have more than enough money to buy another one. After that, projectile count is 128 now, which is crazy. 40k just to buy another chest. We do still have quite a few more vases, it looks like, all around the map. Another free chest down here. Sweet. Gold, additional chunk plate, 20% lifesteal, and another 75% above max health. So you can see our max health is getting to almost that 2k mark. Quite a few levels. We still haven't hit the purple ghosts, but with the amount of damage, projectile count, and everything else, pretty much getting to that max point, we should be able to last minimum of 10 minutes in there. So just choosing the best upgrades here. That's 918% total luck. It's really good. Our Dexecutioner and Katana really close, being maxed out. Executioner is now maxed out at level 40, so we won't be getting any more upgrades for that. Damage to elites, elite spawn, damage to elites, duration, armor, extra jumps, max HP, pickup range. So we got quite a few things from those chaos tomes. Luck increased by 24%. Our Katana is also maxed out, so we're not going to be seeing that anymore. Okay, max HP increase. Don't mind that. That's just more over health, and then that'll result in, in being able to outlast that final swarm. At about the 12-minute mark, they become pretty much almost unkillable. The purple ghosts do. Okay. Some more upgrades. We maxed out our quantity tome at 99 as well. XP tome isn't too necessary anymore, so that's also kind of turning it to a skip. Okay, projectile speed, extra jumps, I think. I missed the rest of those. Something up there. I think it's some magnets still up there. Okay, we just pretty much go on. Nice free chest. Always welcome. Pretty much able to fly now with how many jumps we have, especially with those feathers. It just sends us another spicy meatball. So what is that, 5 total spicy meatballs? We'll have to see how much damage they do in the end. Having 5 of those is good than having something else. And then that'll pretty much be my decision for next runs if I do want to banish it or not. but I don't think I'm gonna banish anything gold here. Just pretty much take everything that we get. It's 54k per chest now. Those vases are quite essential for us at this point if we're able to get Chaos Tome level ups for gold increases. That'll help with the amount of gold that we do get from those vases, the ones that are left at least. And we do want to get as much gold and buy as many chests as we can here, because in that final boss area obviously gold is pretty much useless for this build. You can look at the Robinette video where gold is very useful and it increases your damage. On the channel I do have the Robinette video, which is also a really good strategy if you do get really lucky with that character. You'll be able to last pretty much leaderboard rankings. Okay, so now we're just continuing to level up everything. We got pretty much our sniper almost maxed out, one more level. Our Aegis getting very close to max, and all our tomes are almost maxed as well. We spawn, increase armor, luck, and knockback, the 4 different chaos tome upgrades that we got there. Okay, sorry about the flashing. Not really anything I can do. There's not like a setting in the game yet that can turn the opacity down. I know the developer is working on projectile opacity, so should be coming in next couple updates, I'm assuming. Let's hope, at least. So now we got the purple ghost spawning all around us. You can see our max health goes up to about 2100 at times. Extra jumps there for that increase. Getting about 100 eliminations every single spawn. Okay, it looks kind of like we got pretty much every single jar around the map. Definitely have to keep going around to double check. Another chest spawn, nice. Didn't even hear that one. Electric plug, nothing too crazy. Only need a couple level ups to max everything out here, so getting more luck is not too necessary other than getting more items from chests, but our chests are so expensive that it's going to be really difficult to buy more than 1 or 2. Might get like 3 or 4 additional chests, but it's gonna be really expensive. Okay, another credit card that's kind of useless at this point. Got a free chest though. We're at 1044% luck. Slurp gloves are great. That's our first slurp glove, so always welcome new items. Just more abilities and additional kind of things that you're able to do for your build. Another free chest here. Forbidden juice, so 10% crit chance increase. Not sure that's gonna help us at all, but maybe it'll, do additional crit damage over time. Might help with elites potentially, but not too sure it's going to do much. Gold gain 36% increase for that chaos tome. It's pretty huge. I think that was luck increase, and we are now actually maxed out the chaos tome, so we won't be seeing that anymore. Now the only 2 upgrades we can get are size and XP. more level for XP Tome. And 5 more for size Tome there. Size is insane now though, to the point where it doesn't really make much of a difference. So we skip that there. Just gonna go for reds, gonna utilize these skips. Okay, we'll pretty much max out all of the tomes there. Getting quite a bit of lag here. See if there's something I could do. Okay. It's getting a little bit better. See. Okay, we're almost at 90k eliminations. We got another chest here. Take that. Grandma's Secret Tonic. That one's actually really good to get. Oh, I think that's what, our third one now? Our second one, actually. Okay, can't afford any more chests. We're actually getting close. Let it buy another one. We're getting to that 10-minute mark. And you can see these ghosts are starting to approach us. Gold, another spicy meatball. Okay, so we'll test it with the 6. Have to check the damage at the end there. See if there's anything specifically that we could have did. So I don't want to get sent flying around too far away from this boss portal, so we'll just hug this corner here. Try staying in the air for the increased damage from the scarves, since we do have 6 of those. And just pretty much utilize our crazy amount of jumps. We have like 20 to 30 jumps total. And just keep using those to stay up in the sky. Here and there. Got a chest up top. We'll go grab that. It's really hard to see. Gold, another soul harvester. Honestly don't know how useful that is anymore. It's really nice in the beginning. But I was looking at it and how fast they travel, and really, like, maybe if you're hugging a corner, it's not too bad. But they are really slow to the point where they're not really able to catch up to the ghosts. Once the ghosts do start moving really quick, we are getting to that 12-minute mark. And it's kind of getting dangerous, but we do have the Zawardo item, which is pretty much a revive once we do take enough damage, so we're going to stay here as long as possible. We did hit that 100k elimination mark. Then we got another chest. Sweet. Another giant fork, so more chance at mega crits. Crits are pretty much able to turn into mega crits, but you can see we're actually getting followed around by some of these ghosts. We're almost at that 12-minute mark, which pretty much means invulnerable ghosts, and we actually took death damage here. Damage that would have killed us. Also, that was the Wardo activated, and we're just going to teleport out of here. I don't want to risk it again. And I'm super curious to see how we're going to do at this final boss fight here. With pretty much everything maxed out. So that boss was pretty much a one tap. Just kind of insane. You can see the size of this Dexecutioner. It's absolutely massive, and now we're just pretty much here. What our goal is to grab as many chests as we can and get our elims as high as possible. So we can't really utilize gold for anything. We just gotta hope that the enemies are actually spawning chests for us to increase our damage. Maybe our health even a little bit, so we're able to survive past the 12-minute mark. Previously in the previous tier, we Survived like almost 12 minutes exactly. So anything with increased health, increased invulnerability, like getting a bunch of mirrors, etc., could definitely help us. We got another fort there, which is just more chances and mega crits. Sorry about kind of the eye strain here. See, our health does get to around 2500, which is pretty good. Oh man, the flashing is kind of crazy. So for every single spawn, we're getting around 100 total kills, total elims, sometimes a few more than that. But pretty much every single second, it's an increase of 100. We had a higher curse, or higher difficulty. Okay, we just had a chest spawn outside of that kind of map area, so we're just gonna try falling on it. Yeah, it's definitely off the map here. Okay. Nice, we actually got that gold. Another Zawardo. That's really good. We're surviving past that 12-minute mark. Slip gloves are good. It's additional. I think it's either life drain or blood mark. I think it's life drain. Chance for explosion and to give you even more health. So it's definitely welcome. So that's those final bosses don't one tap us, but they do get to that point where they're pretty much able to one hit you at that 12-minute mark, and you're almost impossible to, and it's almost impossible to kill them. So the more health we're able to get, the more likely that we'll be able to tank them. But realistically, we kind of need something that'll give us invulnerability. Some more Zawardos, or whatever they're called. I can never remember the name of those revive things. Another chest here. See what we got. Evasion, I guess, isn't too bad. Might evade some of the hits from these final guys, which is good. I think our most damaged weapon right now would probably be the katanas, because every single time they spawn, they just instantly explode from the katana. Our Dexecutioner is just pretty much standing straight. Barely sometimes will move, but doesn't even look like it's doing any sort of damage or anything. So we're not really getting much damage increases with the Joe's dagger. I think it's just mainly Katana doing all the work currently, which you can see the Katana is just really good. Even the sniper shooting, it has kind of a projectile speed. It's not really doing too much. Got another chest here, and then we'll try to grab. Not too sure where it's at, but you can kind of see it there. There we go. Another scarf. What is that? 7 scarves, so 7 times 33%, or 133%. I guess because base damage plus the additional. Okay, oh, another chest. Okay, let's see what we get. We're having good chances at chest. Another blood mark increase. It's pretty good. We do have the bloody cleaver as well, which I believe works with blood mark. And we are starting to approach that 6-minute mark. with that, we're at about 132k eliminations. So if we're able to last, what is it, like 7 more minutes? 7 times 60. Times about 100. That's how many more kills we're going to be able to achieve. It's every second we're pretty much able to get. That's the words I'm looking for. 100 eliminations total. So I'm assuming around like 40k, but at that 12-minute mark, it's probably going to be less than 40k. At that 12-minute mark, since the enemies become a lot more powerful, you can't really eliminate them every single second. So you start getting kind of a drop off of eliminations, depending on how much damage you're actually able to do. So exactly at the 12-minute mark, you're definitely not going to be able to eliminate every single enemy. And it'll get to that point where the enemies, every single second, you'll get like down to like 20, then 10, until pretty much every single enemy's invulnerable and you can't eliminate them anymore. And at that point, I mean, you can keep trying to survive around the map, but you're pretty much going to get one tapped. We're at about 250k gold, 143k elims. Got another chest here. Sorry about the projectiles. A little rest for your eyes there, a couple seconds. Really trying my best here to find like a good kind of compromise with these projectiles. Checking how those spawns are working there. Still no sucky magnet, but at this point it's pretty much a useless drop, so another clover, no more level ups, and we're probably only going to get a few chests, so definitely not welcome. Would have taken anything that would help us survive more damage, health, evasion, anything, honestly. Over that would have been great. Okay, we're at that 8-minute mark. Past 150k elims. Really like this character. He's kind of, I feel like, underused, but he is one of the more fun characters to play. Just because that sniper rifle is just really good, especially with quantity increases. Typically, you don't obviously aim it to yourself, but it is something that if you're interested in doing to like get the bosses better or something, it does have that option. Another chunk plate, that's actually really good. Well, okay, so you can see our health is at 3.6k now, so if we got like a bunch of chunk plates now, we might be able to survive until maybe 14-15 minutes, but I'm not even sure I've ever seen anybody do that since the new updates. Obviously, in the previous updates you could stay alive for over a minute and people were achieving like millions of kills, which is definitely not possible to do now. I think the most you can get is like 700,000-800,000. Even then, you have to be insanely lucky, and it's crazy difficult because you pretty much have to, on T1, survive for quite a while to eliminate quite a few ghosts. It's really hard without being extremely lucky and having pretty much everything fall in order. So that drop from the chest was not good. We're pretty much at that 10-minute mark, 161. 162,000 eliminations. At level 807, which is good. But nothing too crazy. I mean, the levels really don't make a difference anymore. But since we don't have any sucky magnets, we're obviously not going to see much increase in those. Would like a couple more chests before getting to the 12-minute mark, just to kind of help us stay more invulnerable. Lamp would be really useful. Lamp would be really useful. For potentially freezing the enemies more. You could see our Joe's dagger, or the execution. What's the word I'm looking? Dexecutioner here. It's actually starting to move, meaning that these enemies aren't getting one-tapped anymore. At this 11-minute mark, so we do need to start jumping. Since we do have 8 of the scarves total. Our damage is increased by quite a bit by just being up in the air. I do have the item for standing still. Damage increases turned off. But that is something that you can utilize if you're able to actually turn the scarves off. You can see we're actually getting hit here. But since we do have quite a bit of armor, we're not really doing much damage even to our shields. Try to grab this chest. Another card, very useless. Very useless item, so getting to that 12-minute mark. Now we pretty much want to kind of, since we have so many jumps, just kind of stay in front of the big pack of ghosts. Eventually they'll get to the point where they kind of start sending us around the map by pushing us really quickly. Got 41k health. 160, almost 5k elims. Just pretty much stay in the air in front of the big crowd. See, they are still approaching us. We're at that 12-minute mark. We still are able to eliminate those really big elite guys, but it's kind of really difficult to see. You see them kind of chasing us, and did hear a chest spawn somewhere, I believe, but I cannot see it anywhere around the map, which is super strange. Okay, it's really bad to get cornered. We actually had a Zawando activate there. So we're just going around. Just at this point, you can see we're only getting a few kills per spawn. It's like 10 maybe. We did get to that 13-minute mark. Kind of interested to see how much longer we're going to be able to survive. Okay, I believe that's our last Zawando, whatever. Revive. I need to remember that one, man. Okay. 175, 176k elims. Pretty good. 405k gold. Nothing too crazy. Not really much to utilize this gold that's towards the end here, so it doesn't really make much of a difference, and we didn't get too many gold increases along the way, so nothing too crazy. We're getting to that 14-minute mark. We had a little bit more health, it would have been a little bit more beneficial, but you can see these guys are just pretty much trailing us. Almost impossible to kill. We actually had one more Zawando, whatever. 14 minutes, do we make it? 14 minutes, okay, so that's actually pretty crazy far. If we had more of those Wandos, we'd be able to survive even longer, but there you can see that's the end of our run. We did make it pretty far here, completed the final boss in one hit, and we're able to max out every single weapon and Tome completely. See 1.9% of players, and let's see what the damage we're able to do. So Dexecutioner was our biggest, most damaged at 23.8 trillion damage total. Big Bonk was actually really good as well. The spicy meatball, even though we had 6 of it, it was only our third most damage, so potentially banishing that would have been good. Cursed grubbies are good. It looks like those increase the difficulty mainly of the entire fight, and I didn't really realize that they did so much damage. The Grandma's Secret Tonic is also good, but I didn't realize those gloves were actually so useful. Katana, you can see there, is our least damaging weapon. Not our least. The sniper rifle and the Aegis were obviously lower, but the Dexecutioner were just extremely effective, which is definitely why you want to include that. But yeah, we did achieve 176k elims, 62 pretty much minutes alive, level 945. Anyway, that's it for the video. If you want to see any other strategies, any other quests or anything completed from Megabonk, let me know in the comments down below. Or if there's any other games that you want to see covered on this channel, also post that down below. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more from me. But yeah, that's it for the video. Thank you for watching and have a good day. Bye.